For centuries, whispers of a ring with unimaginable power have echoed through history, the ring of Prophet Solomon. But why are the Jews still searching for it today? Legends speak of a mysterious ring once worn by Prophet Solomon, a ring said to hold the power to command the winds, control the jinn, and unlock the deepest secrets of creation. For centuries, it has been shrouded in mystery, sparking endless debates among scholars, rulers, and believers. But here's the question: why are the Jews still searching for this ring today? What secret connection does it have to their prophecies, and what would it mean if the ring were ever found? Stay with me, because in this video, we'll uncover the forgotten history, the hidden beliefs, and the shocking truths behind the quest for the Ring of Solomon. Before we uncover the mystery of the ring, we need to understand the man behind it, Prophet Solomon, or Hazrat Sulaiman. He was not just a king, but a prophet chosen by Allah, blessed with wisdom unlike any other. His kingdom was unlike anything the world had seen, spanning across lands, seas, and even the unseen. Allah granted him the ability to understand the language of animals, control the winds, and command the jinn. His reign became a symbol of justice, knowledge, and divine authority. And at the heart of many of these stories lies one object, the legendary ring said to hold the key to his power. The Ring of Solomon is more than just a piece of jewelry. It is a symbol woven into the faith and imagination of three great traditions. In Islam, many scholars describe it as a sign of Allah's divine authority, granting Prophet Sulaiman A.S. power over the jinn, the animals, and even the forces of nature. Some believe the ring itself was not the source of power, but rather a symbol of the wisdom and authority that Allah had bestowed upon him. In Jewish tradition, the ring is often called the Seal of Solomon. It is believed to have been engraved with sacred names of God, giving Solomon control over spirits and the ability to perform miracles. For them, this ring is also tied to the idea of prophecy and the long-awaited Messiah. And in historical and mystical accounts, the Ring of Solomon has fascinated rulers, magicians, and secret societies for centuries. From ancient legends of hidden treasures to medieval texts on magic and alchemy, the ring has been seen as the ultimate key to hidden knowledge and supernatural power. So, while history and religion may differ in details, all agree on one thing: the Ring of Solomon is no ordinary relic. It represents the intersection of divine wisdom, supernatural authority, and human fascination with ultimate power. The stories of the Ring of Solomon describe powers unlike anything known to mankind. With it, he could command the jinn, ordering them to build palaces, temples, and even entire cities. He could control the winds, sending his armies across vast distances in moments. The ring allowed him to understand the speech of animals, from the whispers of birds to the warnings of ants. Some traditions say it was also a source of divine wisdom, guiding his judgments with unmatched fairness and insight. In short, this ring was seen as the symbol of complete authority over the natural world, the unseen world, and the human world. But why does this ancient ring hold such importance for the Jews even today? In Jewish belief, the Ring of Solomon, often called the Seal of Solomon, is tied directly to their messianic expectations. Many Jewish traditions teach that the Messiah will come to restore the kingdom of Israel and rebuild the long-lost Temple of Solomon, the third temple in Jerusalem. Some groups believe that the ring, as a symbol of divine authority, will play a crucial role in this prophecy, granting the Messiah the same kind of wisdom and power that Prophet Solomon once had. For them, finding the ring isn't just about history, it's about ushering in a new age, a moment they see as the fulfillment of sacred promises. This is why the search for the Ring of Solomon isn't just a legend, it is, for some, a step toward what they believe will be the ultimate spiritual and political victory. For certain Jewish groups, the Ring of Solomon is not just a legendary artifact, it is seen as a key to their future. They believe that just as Solomon once used his wisdom and power to build the first temple in Jerusalem, The rediscovery of his ring could help bring about the building of the Third Temple. In their tradition, this Third Temple is central to the coming of the Messiah and the restoration of divine rule on earth. Some even say that the ring would grant the Messiah supernatural authority, just like Solomon, making him capable of uniting the Jewish people and fulfilling ancient prophecies. This is why the search for the ring is often spoken of in whispers around the idea of Jerusalem, the Temple Mount, and a new age of spiritual and political power. The connection between the Ring of Solomon and the Third Temple goes even deeper. In Jewish belief, the rebuilding of the temple is inseparable from the coming of the long-awaited Messiah. They believe this Messiah will be a divinely chosen leader who will restore the ancient kingdom, bring peace to the world, and establish Jerusalem as the spiritual center of humanity. For some groups, the Ring of Solomon is seen as a sacred tool that could empower this Messiah, granting him the same wisdom, authority, and supernatural command that Solomon once possessed. In their eyes, the discovery of the ring would not just be an archaeological treasure, it would be a sign that the age of the Messiah has arrived. In Islam, the authority of Prophet Sulaiman A.S. is described directly in the Quran. Allah tells us that he granted him control over the winds, the ability to understand the language of animals, and command over the jinn. In Surah An-Naml, for example, we read about his conversation with the hoopoe bird and even the ant that warned its colony. In Surah Saba, Allah mentions how the jinn worked under his command, building palaces and performing tasks no human could. Hadith and Tafsir further explain that Sulaiman a.s.'s greatness did not come from a mere object, but from the divine power Allah had granted him. The so-called ring is understood by many scholars as a symbol of Allah's gift of authority and wisdom, not the source of his power itself. Unlike the myths and legends that surround the ring in other traditions, Islam makes it clear it was Allah alone who gave Sulaiman his unmatched kingdom, his wisdom, and his control over the seen and unseen. But what about the ring itself? Was it a real object or just a symbol? In Islamic tradition, most scholars explain that the so-called Ring of Solomon was more of a metaphor for divine authority than a magical object. The Quran never mentions a physical ring, it only speaks of the powers and blessings that Allah directly gave to Prophet Sulaiman a.s. Some stories outside of Islamic sources claim the ring was engraved with sacred names and gave him power, but scholars classify these as Israeliyat, narratives borrowed from Jewish traditions that are not part of authentic Islamic belief. So, for Muslims, the ring is not the source of power. It was Allah who granted Sulaiman a.s. wisdom, control over the jinn, the winds, and the language of animals. The ring, if it existed physically at all, was only a symbol of that divine appointment, not the secret behind his authority. Islam also gives us a very important warning. Many stories about the Ring of Solomon come from myths and Israeliyat, narrations borrowed from other traditions that are not part of authentic Islamic teachings. Scholars remind us not to treat these tales as absolute truth because the Quran and Hadith do not confirm them. Yet despite these warnings, the story of the ring has always fascinated people, Muslims and non-Muslims alike. Perhaps it is because it combines mystery, divine power, and the unseen. It sparks the imagination. A ring that could control the winds, command the jinn, and carry the wisdom of the ages. And it is this very blend of truth, legend, and mystery that keeps the story of the Ring of Solomon alive across cultures and centuries. Throughout history, the legend of Solomon's ring has captured the imagination of kings, mystics, and secret societies. From ancient rulers who believed the ring could grant them unmatched authority, to alchemists and sorcerers who sought it as the ultimate source of hidden knowledge, the search for the ring became a pursuit of both power and mystery. In medieval times, stories of the Seal of Solomon spread across the Middle East and Europe, often linked to magical texts and secret rituals. Some rulers even claimed to possess the ring, using it as a symbol of their divine right to rule. Others believed it was hidden in Jerusalem, buried beneath the ruins of the first temple, waiting for the day it would be rediscovered. For centuries, this fascination drove explorers, treasure hunters, and mystics to seek the ring, each hoping to unlock the same authority that Prophet Solomon A.S. was blessed with. The legend of Solomon's ring did not stop with ancient kings. It carried forward into secretive circles and mystical traditions. Among the Jews, especially the Kabbalists, the ring is sometimes spoken of as a sacred key to hidden knowledge and spiritual power. They see it as a link between the physical and the spiritual worlds, a tool that could unlock divine secrets. In later centuries, the story even entered into the lore of secret societies like the Freemasons, who have long been associated with symbols of Solomon, his temple, and ancient wisdom. Some conspiracy theories claim that these groups believe recovering the ring would grant them authority to reshape the world in the image of Solomon's kingdom. While much of this remains speculation, the fact is clear. Across faiths, mystical orders, and secret societies, the Ring of Solomon has become more than a relic. It is a symbol of ultimate knowledge, power, and control. The search for the Ring of Solomon cannot be separated from the city of Jerusalem, the very heart of his kingdom. It was here that Solomon A.S. built the first temple, a place that became central to Jewish identity and faith. And it is here, on the same ground, that Jews believe the third temple must one day rise again. For many Jewish groups, the idea of recovering the ring is directly tied to Jerusalem and the Temple Mount. They believe that just as Solomon once used his wisdom and divine authority to build the temple, the ring could empower their Messiah to rebuild it and restore the kingdom of Israel. This is why Jerusalem is not only a sacred city, but also the focus of intense spiritual and political tension. Control over Jerusalem, and especially over the Temple Mount, is seen by some as the final step toward fulfilling ancient prophecies. And in this vision, the Ring of Solomon becomes more than a legend. It is imagined as the missing piece that could open the way to a new age, a new order centered on Jerusalem. This is why the story of the ring is not just about an artifact of the past, it is about the future. For those who seek it, the ring represents not only supernatural power, but also dominion over the Holy Land and influence over the destiny of nations. And it is this connection that keeps the legend alive, fueling fascination, devotion, and conflict all at once. But this raises the ultimate question: what would happen if the Ring of Solomon were ever found? Would it truly grant supernatural powers, the ability to command spirits, control the forces of nature, and rule with unmatched wisdom? Or would it prove to be nothing more than an ancient legend, magnified by centuries of myth and imagination? Some believe that if the ring were discovered, it could trigger a wave of chaos and ambition, with rulers, secret societies, and nations all fighting to claim it as their own. Others imagine that its appearance would signal the arrival of the Jewish Messiah and the rebuilding of the temple, an event that would shake not only Jerusalem but the entire world. Yet from an Islamic perspective, the question is deeper. Was the ring ever the true source of power, or was it always Allah who granted Sulaiman A.S. his authority? If that is the case, then no relic, no matter how sacred, could ever replicate what was given by divine will. So the mystery remains unsolved. Is the Ring of Solomon a real hidden treasure waiting to be unearthed? Or is it a symbol, a story designed to remind us of the limits of human power and the greatness of divine wisdom? Perhaps that is why the legend endures, because it challenges us to wonder what lies beyond the seen, and what would happen if such a relic ever came to light. The truth about the Ring of Solomon remains hidden in shadows. Was it a real object of unimaginable power, or simply a symbol of the divine authority that Allah gave to his prophet? Some traditions insist it was lost forever, buried deep beneath the ruins of ancient Jerusalem. Others whisper that it still exists, guarded in secret, waiting for the one destined to claim it. Mystics speak of hidden chambers below the Temple Mount, where treasures of Solomon may still lie concealed. Secret societies are said to search for it even today, hoping to unlock its mysteries and reshape the future of nations. And for those who believe in the coming of a Messiah, the ring is not just a legend, it is a key to a prophecy yet to unfold. But perhaps the greatest mystery is this. If the ring were ever to surface, would it bless humanity with wisdom and justice, or plunge the world into a new era of chaos and struggle? No one can say for sure, and maybe that is why the story continues to captivate us, because it blurs the line between history and myth, faith and imagination, power and destiny. In the end, the Ring of Solomon remains one of the most haunting enigmas of our past, its secrets still out of reach, its story still whispering through time, leaving us to wonder, what if it is still out there, waiting to be found? At the beginning, we asked the question, why are the Jews searching for the ring of Prophet Solomon? And now we see the answer lies in prophecy, in legend, and in the eternal mystery of power. For some, the ring is the missing key to rebuilding the temple and bringing forth their Messiah. For others, it is nothing more than myth, a story magnified by time. Yet the fascination remains unshaken. Whether real or symbolic, the Ring of Solomon continues to spark debate, fuel dreams, and stir curiosity across the world. And perhaps that is its true power, not in commanding winds or jinn, but in reminding us of the timeless struggle between faith, power, and the unseen. So the mystery remains. Is the Ring of Solomon lost forever, or is it still out there, waiting to be discovered? The story of the Ring of Solomon is filled with mystery, power, and prophecy. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think the ring truly exists? Or is it only a legend that lives in our imagination? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be reading them all. And if this journey fascinated you, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with friends who love history and mystery, and subscribe to the channel. Because this is only the beginning, we uncover stories of prophets, kings, cultures, and the secrets that shaped our world. So join me, because the next mystery might just change the way you see history forever.